Greetings, DO-Touch.NET members. I'm Jane Johnson, the Associate Director for DO-Touch.NET, and I'm grateful to be here today to share some of our research updates with you. So we'll start with just a quick reminder here about that research is our mission and our purpose here at DO-Touch.NET. Our official mission is to evaluate and advance the practice of osteopathic manipulative medicine. And our purpose is to create and sustain a network of clinicians engaged in the assessment of the clinical usefulness of OMM. So to that end, I want to give you an update about what we've been up to and what we have planned. So let's start from the end of the research process, the dissemination phase. We currently have 2 manuscripts in process. The first one on our patient-reported adverse events from OMT study that was conducted in collaboration with the regional center in Germany. We are in the final edits on the draft of the manuscript, and we'll be submitting that manuscript for review in the very near future, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And then we have started drafting our next manuscript on the study on the use and effectiveness of OMM in the clinical setting. That manuscript will focus on the effects of a single session of OMT on patient-reported outcomes, looking at symptom severity and quality of life measures. So we're excited to be so close to getting one of those ready to go and moving along quickly on the second one. As Brian mentioned, we have the upcoming ICMT conference, and one of the things that we are wanting to contribute is about the categorization of OMT techniques, as we fondly have called it, the technique of the month. These were the videos that you all helped us to discover how we were doing on defining techniques and being consistent in what we call them. So that data collection is completed, and we're in the process of analyzing it. We will be in the very near future assembling a working group to examine the results from the technique phase 1 of the technique of the month videos, and to examine those results and to examine the definitions that we have been using for OMT techniques and propose revisions to the categories of techniques and or the definitions, how we define the techniques. So we will be sending out a call for those who would be interested in participating in that working group. So keep your eyes open for that. After that is done, we will be conducting a second phase of the Technique of the Month videos with the new categories, definitions for the techniques, and to see if we see any improvement. As far as the dissemination part, that working group will be tasked with producing a paper describing their deliberations and conclusions. So if you're interested in that, keep your eyes open. Another project that's in the dissemination phase is, you may recall, we sent a survey out about what the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic have been on your practice of osteopathic manipulative medicine. We had, as I reported in our October update, we had 139 respondents, which is 20% of our membership. We are in the early stages of analyzing that data, and we plan on producing a rapid communication about those results. Based on that, we have restarted one of our research projects in the United States only currently, and that is the documenting the use of OMT to treat patients with COVID-19. You may recall seeing this graph. These were our weekly summaries of how many patients had been treated with OMT who had a diagnosis of COVID-19. This was started in March, and we discontinued at the end of August, in part because we weren't seeing a lot of patients treated with OMT who had COVID-19. Based on the increased cases and hospitalizations in the United States, we have restarted that data collection only in the United States for now. That is, for those of you in the US, you'll be receiving your last chance next week to sign up to participate in this data collection. And so we can see how hopefully how much OMT is being used to treat COVID-19. The follow-up to that study, if we have enough sample size, big enough sample size, is that we would like to conduct a study looking at the clinical markers for COVID-19 patients treated with OMT. So does OMT reduce hospital stay, mortality rate, ventilator use, things like that. So, so if you're up for participating in that weekly summary, it's just a simple: how many patients did you see in the last week that you treated with OMT who were diagnosed with COVID-19? If you're up for that, please sign up for that. In the development phase, we've spoken previously about the Osteopathic Manipulative Treatment Effectiveness and Safety Patient Registry, or OSPREY, as we call it. Just a quick overview. The long-term objective of this patient registry is helping patients and healthcare providers to make informed decisions about OMT, whether it would help them. Quick summary: we'll be collecting, background data, data about patient problem severity and quality of life preceding OMT, and then after OMT. In addition, after OMT, we will be collecting information about side effects or potential adverse events. So continuing our work both in the effectiveness of OMT and the safety of OMT, and also building a large data warehouse that we can make available for people who have specific research questions that can be answered by the data we're collecting here. So we're busily trying to get ready for our beta testing. We are starting this in the United States with because of data protection regulations in various other places, like the European Union. It will take us a little longer to get started there. There are, but as you'll hear from Marina, we've been working with the German Regional Center to try to get that moving forward. The beta testing will be coming up in the next couple months. We will be recruiting 5 to 10 clinician champions in the US who are willing to have 3 to 5 of their patients try out the OSPREY system. We'll do a condensed version where they do everything over a 3-day period, first for the beta testing, and after we get feedback from the patients on that, then we'll follow up that with a second round of beta testing where everything is done in real time. The questionnaires are all sent in real time, and get feedback from that, from the patients and the clinician champions. And based on those recommendations, suggestions, we'll be releasing OSPREY in the United States starting in April. And following that, we will be hurriedly trying to get together the information we need so that we can also release it in Germany and other places. So those are my updates for today. Thank you.